Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is John Mazzara with Remax Results. Today I'm going to cover 5 things that I believe, my predictions for 2025. We're wrapping up 2024. The market was interesting this year, not necessarily the strongest year from years past, but we're moving into 2025 and I'm very optimistic for a number of reasons. Let's talk about kind of the 5 trends that are leading to, I think, what's going to be a wonderful 2025. First off, inventory levels are probably going to increase. And why is that? And the reason is that a lot of people that wanted to move in 2024 didn't. They saw values declining possibly and were just unsure with regards to the interest rates and the economy and just in general. So a lot of people that wanted to move this year didn't. The other thing is that a lot of people that are in those low interest rate mortgages, 2, 3, 4%, don't want to move or can't move because they can't qualify at a higher interest rate. Now, that leads me to number 2 prediction is that interest rates will decline from where they're at right now, which is in that 6, 7 range, possibly down to 5, 6 by this time next year. And right now it's December of 2024. So I think over the course of this next year, we are going to see interest rates drop. And as we do, we're going to see more people enter into the market, people that were on the sidelines. Last year was a year of people on the sidelines, both sellers and buyers. Now, as interest rates drop, you're able to qualify for more house. And moving out of that low interest rate mortgage might be something that's more palatable. So 2, 3, 4%, I don't really see that happening in my lifetime again. 5, 6 is the 50-year historical norm, and you can Google some of these things, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, interest rate levels over 50 years, and you'll see that 5, 6 is really the norm. So those low interest rates that were around for a while probably aren't coming back. I wouldn't hold off my buying decision for that. The other thing is that when interest rates do drop, what you do is you get more buyers and more sellers, and the competition increases and prices typically appreciate. Now, that's what happened when rates were very low. We had a very frothy real estate environment. When rates went up, that put the stop on that. So that kind of slowed things down. So if interest rates decline gradually, you'll have a gradual improvement within the real estate market. So that's one of my predictions with inventory levels then following and increasing, following both the age wave, which is going to happen naturally. Do you know that right now in 2022, there are almost 1 million people that were over age 65 in the state of Minnesota? That was from a report called Aging in Minnesota. You can Google that as well. That follows the trend. So the trend is 12,000 people turning 65 daily for the next 5 years and then going down to about 10,000 a day for the next 15 years. So what does that mean? It means that people that no longer have the need for the space or have the ability due to their health are going to want to downsize. So those homes are eventually, I think, going to be entering the marketplace for sale as people transition out of a house into either one-level living, condo townhouse, or possibly a rental situation, whether that be an apartment or a continuous care community or any number of the hybrid options that are out there. Number 3 is last year they came out with a product and a program called the First Generation Homebuyer Program. It's one of many first-time buyer programs that are available. This one is specific to first generation, so your parents can't have owned a home. You can't have owned a home, or your parents would have had to have lost their home in foreclosure. There are some other criteria with regards to income and things like that. But that program was created in Minnesota from our surplus, and boy, was it popular. I sold like 5 homes on that this past year, and a lot of people have an interest in that product and program because some of that money, depending on it, there's 2 versions. Some of it is forgivable over 5 years, some of it's forgivable over 10 or 20. Again, I can go into the specifics with you of each program and refer you to a lender that does those loans, but that has really increased home ownership and brought buyers specifically in that price range of about 250 to 450,000 because there are income parameters that would exclude you from buying more than that based on the rule of roughly 4 to 1 on your income and the interest rates. So that has brought a lot of buyers that otherwise might not have been able to be in the market. That program was so popular that they're almost out of money under the one version. And I believe, so as another prediction, is that they're going to fund it again. I don't know where they're going to come up with the money, but my guess is that they will come up with another version because it did add a lot of strength to that price range throughout the marketplace in the Twin Cities. So I think that was so greatly accepted that it will be funded again. I'm just not sure how. Um, with that, and with an increasing market and improving market, values, I believe, will increase. Right now, they're about 2 to 3% throughout the Twin Cities. And that's really a comfortable rate of appreciation because it keeps it right within the rate of many people's salary increases. When we had double-digit appreciation rate year over year, that really is not sustainable and not good for really for everybody to go up at that level. It prices people out of homes. It has people do crazy things on their bids, and it doesn't make for a stable market when it's going up at that rate. So I think a lower appreciation rate is really good for everybody, and 2 to 3% is where we're at right now. I think that'll be maintained unless rates go very, very low and we get a really an influx of people in the market. Um, so I think values will continue to increase as well. With regards to buying, seasonality in Minnesota, we have winter, and so that tends to slow things down. In a normal year where there's large amounts of snow piles and cold weather, people tend to stay in and wait for the spring market. Families tend to time their purchase with school getting out or school starting. So the spring market for family style homes where they're going to use multiple bedrooms is typically starting in February and goes through June, a little lull in the summertime, and then a pickup at the end of the summer into the fall as again kids are transitioning back into the school system. Other types of properties, rental properties, for example, condos, townhouses that might not be utilizing school systems, uh, they don't follow that same pattern necessarily, although oftentimes transactions are tied together with dominoes, meaning one person buying and selling is buying and selling. So uh, to some degree it is, but to some degree it isn't. So the other types of properties aren't as affected with the school year starting and stopping. With that, I'm going to say December 2024, which is when I'm recording this video, is an excellent time to enter the market as a buyer. We're seeing sellers have flexibility. We're seeing buyers being able to get concessions, and that isn't something that we had seen for a few years. Now we did this past year, but previous years not so much. So if that's going to go away, I would encourage you to maybe look at buying when others aren't, or there aren't as many people in the market, and that would be in the winter months. So that's going to be December through February. So that's my recommendation for you, as well as July is oftentimes a good month. If you're looking at buying a house, a lot of people are vacationing, or they're distracted with all the summer activities that are occurring, whether that be at the cabin or, boating or travel or whatever it would be. So anyway, there is some seasonality to the market. I've been doing this 39 years. I've sold over 1,200 homes across the metropolitan area. I would love to be a resource. I would love to help you. Let me know what you need, and I will do my best to provide you with that information. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.